So I'll now call the Tuesday, June 28th, 2022 regular meeting of council to order. First up on the agenda under 2.1 is adoption of this evening's agenda. Councillor MacLean, Councillor G, with an amendment, please, to add item.
Order. Councillor G's not here.
Councillor, thank you, Councillor MacLean, Councillor Blanchette, with an amendment to add item 8.6 BC Healthy Communities Fund Age-Friendly BC Program and to remove item 15.1. We're not going in camera this evening. Any further amendments, additions, deletions? All in favor? It's carried. 3.1, adoption of the minutes of the previous regular council meeting being June 14th, 2022. Councillor Pearson, Councillor Blanchette, not Councillor G. Any errors or omissions arising? All in favor? It's carried. 6.1, Valemount Public Library request to waive tent fees. Councillor Blanchette.
I'd like to step out as I am employed there.
Thank you. Recommendation that the tent rental fees be waived for the children's event at the Valemount Public Library on July 14th, 2022, subject to the payment of a required damage deposit in the amount of $400. Councillor MacLean, Councillor Pearson, discussion. It's every single event that we can support. This is awesome. All in favor? It's carried. We're doubling the rental fees this year
Oh, good. Okay. Great.
and then waiving them.
Oh, perfect. That's lovely. Thank you.
Anything out of the reading file folks would like to bring to surface? Councillor Pearson?
Yeah, just a quick comment on item 1 there, the federal support rural communities brought forward by the shadow ministers and deputy ministers. Hopefully they can garner some support.
You know, no date for this forum that I could pick out of that.
No date, no location, virtual, in person, I know.
Perhaps I could follow up.
That would be wonderful.
Anything further? Administrative reports, 8.1, accounts payable, May 2022, that it be received. Councillor Blanchette, Councillor Pearson, discussion. All in favor? It's carried. 8.2, 2021 annual report, that it be received. Councillor MacLean, Councillor Blanchette, any discussion? Councillor Blanchette?
Wonderful as always. Thank you to staff.
Kudos. Further discussion? All in favor? It's carried. 8.3, 2021 Statement of Financial Information that we approve. Councillor Pearson, Councillor Blanchette, discussion. And independent? All in favor? It's carried. 8.4, Union of BC Municipalities, UBCM, Canada Community Building Fund, BC, CCBF, Strategic Priorities Fund, the SPF, Capital Infrastructure Stream, surprised that doesn't have an acronym, for the Valemount lift station projects. First recommendation, that staff be directed to apply to the UBCM, CCBF, SPF, Capital Infrastructure Stream for a maximum of $6 million to fund the Valemount lift station projects. Councillor MacLean, Councillor Pearson, discussion.
600,000 or 6 million. Doesn't go as far as it used to for lift stations.
It certainly does not. Not currently. Further discussion? All in favor? It's carried. And 2, that council supports the project for the proposed activities and that the village will provide overall grant management. Councillor MacLean, Councillor Blanchette, discussion? All in favor? It's carried. 8.5, waiving of community hall rental fees for the Valemount Area Chamber of Commerce Canada Day Dance. Councillor Blanchette.
I'd like to step out as I'm on the board.
Thank you. Recommendations with conditions that the community hall rental fees in the amount of $225 plus tax be waived for the Valemount Area Chamber of Commerce Canada Day Dance to be held July 1st, 2022, subject to payment of the damage deposit in the amount of $250 no later than June 29th, 2022, payment of the custodial fee as indicated in the amount of $100 plus tax, and compliance with the requirements of Village of Valemount Policy Number 12, rental of village facilities and property. Councillor Pearson, you'll move that. Councillor MacLean seconds. Discussion. All in favor? It's carried. Waived with the noted conditions.
Okay, thank you.
8.6, BC Healthy Communities, the BCHC Age-Friendly BC Program. Recommendation here that staff be directed to apply to the BC Healthy Communities Age-Friendly BC Program to provide overall grant management. Councillor Blanchette, Councillor Pearson, discussion. Councillor Blanchette.
So our elder care committee is wanting to do, again, a senior fall fair with guest speaker Isabel McKenzie from the Senior Advocate Office, and we're hoping it will be as successful as the last one.
Far better than the one you had last year.
Very much better than the last one. So I'd like to thank staff. They're going to be working with Ms. Narian to do their best.
Awesome. Further discussion? All in favor? It's carried. No new business this evening. Is there any notices of motion to come forward? Then on to 12.1, council reports. Councillor MacLean.
I did not have any council business this past 2 weeks, thank you.
Excellent. Councillor Pearson.
A few things. So July 15th, sat in on the Regional District Fraser Fort George Emergency Operations Center update on their plans and procedures moving forward as we get into flood and fire season. Sat in that evening or later that day for a Columbia River Treaty Ecosystem webinar. It was very interesting on the impacts and several levels of the ecosystem from vegetation to fish. It was actually a good presentation. July 22nd, Valemount Historic Society meeting, and earlier today, Operation Lifesaver BC meeting, discussing plans for Rail Safety Week, which will be September 19th to 25th this year. And I'll have a few things to bring forward towards supporting that at a later date.
Okay, thank you very much. Councillor Blanchette.
Just the 27th, we had our elder care committee, as I stated before. We were doing our senior fall fair.
Excellent. June 15th, took part in the regional district's role of elected officials during emergency operations. The next day on the 16th was the RD board, and just the board, no committee meetings that day. The 20th, took part in the Prince George Regional Advisory Committee for NDIT. Some really cool projects going to the board for their consideration. June 21st, had a Southeast BC Connectivity Committee meeting, and then this morning had a Columbia Basin Broadband Corp board meeting. Motion to receive. Councillor Blanchette, Councillor Pearson. Discussion, comments, questions on the reports. Hearing none, all in favor? It's carried. 14.1, public comments on items considered by council as part of the approved agenda. Are there any public comments this evening?
Rashmi Nayan, living in Valemount, and I just briefly want to touch on that item 8.6 saying, I want to thank staff who are been so responsive to last minute requests, and those who say government moves slow, takes its own time. That's not been my experience. And I know we always hear complaints about staff or things not happening, and I want to say they need to be, they managed to put something on the agenda at the last second when we realized we could be making a grant application and doing something for seniors. So thank you.
Thank you. Motion, are there any further public comments this evening? Motion to receive. Councillor Pearson, Councillor Blanchette, all in favor, receipt. It's carried. We're not proceeding in camera this evening, so I'll ask for adjournment. Councillor Pearson. Thank you.